Hey! Like I just noticed you on the other side of this. Hey! Old friend of mine. Hey! Faceless audience. Hi, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. It's called the Godkiller. It's a 3D, top-down, puzzle-solving adventure game. You're gonna love it. Probably. Maybe. Okay. Let's get to demoing. Recent progress. I always start the stream with recent progress. Okay, so let's go over here. And I'll hit play. I don't want to say what this is for. I have something very specific in mind for this level I've been playing with. I'll just do a little level work. This will go in with something. I can't talk about too much right now. There's bits and pieces I haven't filled in. And kind of a stairway to nowhere. You can pop off the end if you want. Not too productive. Or you could go down this super long stairway. Do a little tunnel. Back out here. Around the corner. Anyways, so we'll see more of that later. Let me go and demo what I worked on just a little bit earlier, like a couple hours earlier from what I just showed you. Let's go open another scene. Delete me 3. And unlike the level I just showed, this is a total junk level, which is going to end up being deleted. But it's got the spiker. It's got a couple of spikers in it. There's a heavy too. And then there's this guy, a brawler, just to show all the different creatures I've got right now. Let me make this a little more fun. I'll just add a bunch of brawlers. Because their interactions with the spikers are, I think they're kind of funny. I demoed the heavies pretty good in yesterday's session. So if you look at the stream from yesterday, you'll see what the heavies are about. Heavies are unpushable enemies. Spikers are enemies that if they just touch you, you're dead. You're so dead. One touch, you're dead. And there's an amusing thing about them related to the other enemies. I shouldn't act like it's unguessable or something. Yeah, they'll also kill other enemies. Alright, so let's go ahead and demo this. I think I'm going to keep... I don't know if I'll keep doing it. I'll explain the basics of the game frequently. Particularly if I'm demoing some creatures and their movement. creatures only move after you move. They move immediately after you move. So it has the effect of you kind of pausing time, so that each time you move, time unpauses and moves with you. But in fact what happens is you make a move or a step, and everything else immediately reacts to you. That's why I call them reactants inside of my code. So I'm up really high up here. Okay, there's the first casualty. I'll get down there closer so we can see everyone better. Okay, so you can see there's a bunch of brawlers. I'm going to rename them at some point. I think I might call them enforcers or something a little more police-like. Here's a spiker. Here's another spiker. There's a diagnostic cube over him. That's like a debug tool. Never mind that. Let me see. Let's do a scene view so you can get a different view on them. Alright, so we got our brawlers here. They're super low poly on purpose. I don't want them to be extremely detailed because most of the time you'll never see them up close. It's rare when you see them close. Here's your spikers. Here's your heavy. I'm proud of the heavy's cosmetics as far as their animation goes, but never mind, I already explained that in yesterday's session. Alright, so maybe 2 days ago I did a thing where the animations will their offset inside of the animation cycle will be randomized, so they're not all moving in exact unison for their idle animation. Okay, so let's get rid of this guy and we'll go back to the normal view. This is why I use super low poly models, because there'll be a bunch on the screen and it'll be from far away, just like this. Okay, so I can use my knowledge of the creature's basic beeline behavior to direct them to take actions that make sense to me or support my goals. If I come down south, this spiker is going to start tearing into the brawlers with his spikes in an effort to get to me. It's true for the heavy too, but so I can fling back and forth to get even more juice out of it. Say I want to kill that brawler, I'll fling north. Oh, I killed myself. Okay, there's a problem right there. That's a bug that I actually know about, which is when there's no space around an egg, there's no place for me to be reborn. So I can't be reborn. I'm not sure how to solve that immediately, but anyways, I was trying to do one thing and I ended up getting myself into a permadeath situation. But yeah, that's a demo of those guys. So I am preparing for a release of sorts, and I won't ruin the announcement on it, but I'm starting to pick tasks for my release, and you know what? I don't have to talk about it. Never mind that topic. I'll talk about that when it's time. Today I'm fixing bugs. That's what's going on. I've got a backlog. I just want to pick. I think I don't want to pick like the easiest bugs. I don't want to pick hard bugs either. I want to pick the ones that are the most bothersome, have the highest impact. That's why this document is called Bothering Me, because there was one day when I just decided there were a bunch of bugs that were bothering me, and I would feel better if I work through them in order of the ones that were bothering me the most, just to get my motivation juice back. It's sort of like if you've got 5 knives sticking out of you from 5 stab wounds, you say, which one hurts the most? Maybe I'll take that one out first. It's really a bad metaphor. That might be the one that releases the most blood and kills you. But I'm not going to release any blood today. I'm going to fix some shit. So, let me see. Which one is bugging me the very most? It's almost certainly going to also end up selecting the most difficult bug to fix too, because the ones that are bugging me the most are probably the ones I put off for a bit because I thought it would be hard. So I'm going to put some candidates up here. Let's say this one, which I think is also the same cause as this one, so I'll just put them all both in that same candidate state. Oh, but it's probably going to be this one. This one has the nice thing that I don't think it's going to be that hard to fix, but it is quite bothersome. So let's put this one at the top. I mean, this one will ruin a game for sure. It's something I recently regressed on. I was trying to fix one thing, and I did fix that thing, but I broke something else. So I made an effort to put all of the logic that's needed to say whether or not a creature will walk into a space in one function, and that had lots of advantages. It was a good decision, but that function was being used to also determine where, it's almost easier just to show than it is to tell. There's value in saying these things out loud, but I might as well show you. There's value to me in saying them out loud. It's called rubber ducking in programming terms. It means when you just talk about something and explain your thought process as though you're talking to somebody else, ideal for streaming, it often suggests to you what the solution is or how you should go about working on a task. So if I just wait a little bit, a brawler is going to come up here with me, because when they die, they also come to an egg to be reborn, and they have to die close to the egg, or the egg has to be the closest among other eggs. There we go. Okay. There's actually 2 bugs that are bothering me with this guy up here. Another one is that it seems like the depth scanning, the ray casting, which is used to figure out the heights of things, doesn't work at the very top, and it results in this egg thing. Oh, and then I locked myself out of the egg again. Jesus, so many problems here. Okay, I think I might have to put some of these other ones up higher too, but let me stay on the first one. Okay, let me see if I can get this to go. There we go. kind of curious if it'll do the same thing for me. No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, now let me see. I gotta demonstrate this. Okay, here it is. So if I push him south, and I will in just a second, what should happen is he bangs against this far wall, and drops down from there. But what will instead happen is he'll stop at this ledge here instead of going over the edge. The reason for that is the change I was just talking about. I made his obstacle check for walking be more inclusive of all the things that he should check, so I could remove some other code that was unwisely coupled to his specific movement behavior. So I correctly consolidated that logic for his obstacles all in one place, but that same function is being used to check what obstacles should stop him from being pushed or flinging. So these guys will all get stuck up here. I need to make it so that there's a different set of obstacle criteria that is used for getting pushed for these guys. Instead of just, could I walk to that square? No, you can't, because, okay, all right, so let me work on that. It's kind of fun to just play around, which is a good sign. I enjoy just playing my own game in a screw around sort of way, which means probably other people will too. I like these new spikers too. The character model comes from a guy named Isaac Ativas in Brazil, and he's done all the character models that you see in the game. He really did a nice job, in my opinion. If anyone else would like to use his help, his company is called Ativus Studios, Ativus Studios. He's got some assets on the Unity Asset Store. I highly recommend him for contract work in 3D character modeling. Okay. Really? Huh. A little confused with that. I thought maybe he can move too. He's got some extra logic. I don't think so. My explanation I gave might be off. I was mixing in a description of the bug with my own description of what I thought was probably the reason for the bug. Sometimes I repeat myself at a slightly different volume, but using the exact same tone and cadence. Okay, so the thing that would push him is yeah. I keep on reading this message to myself the thing is, whenever I touch this code, I just change it a little bit, just a little bit. So there's never a time when I touch this code in a significant way. It feels a little bit like the garbage can, where you just keep on adding just one more piece of trash, one more piece of trash, and then it gets to an overflowing point. I think it's going to be okay. Maybe I've only got 2 more changes to make in this code. Maybe my decision to not refactor it is the correct one. Okay, what is the thing? What is the thing that determines where he's going to stop? It's can move to. Is can move to overridden by the brawler? Yes, it is. This is the problem. Okay, let me clarify my own contract. What is this for? I suspect I do not want to override this function. I suspect I should instead be overriding can walk to. I'm giving up on this grouping of public versus private methods. I've chosen instead to use order of calling, so that if there's a function that gets called from another function, it'll just be somewhere up above. Okay. Okay, this takes a little bit of design, and it might be a fairly significant change. So let me link that. We set a little save point by doing a git commit. Let's see, lots of stuff here. Spikers and heavies. Okay. So those are my requirements. My first solution is remove virtual from can move to. It becomes lowest common denominator for all creatures. You know, that's a metaphor. It becomes common criteria. So I might later on need more overrides, but I don't know of any right now. I think this is it, actually. It's simple enough that I think I'll just try it, and then if there's a problem with it, I'll see some complications and I might have to revise my plan. I'll just think for a moment. Is there a number 2? Is there an alternative solution that might be better? I like to push myself a little bit here. No, I just don't see it. I think this is it. Or it may take me to actually work with the code a little bit to be able to uncover a number 2 solution. But I think number 1 will probably do the trick, and it seems clean to me. I feel that solutions are often good when it's clear to me what the contracts are for the functions. So that's one of the reasons why I want to spend some time writing good function descriptions. Those are the contracts. So I'll start with this one. No, it doesn't seem that way. It is. Me and my little hedge words. It seems to me I should aspire to say things with more certainty, possibly. Yeah. So, bam. Take that. I can find like all the places I need to change my code by just removing that line and compiling. This is pretty good. Make this be a virtual. All right, here we go. Compile and fix. That one. Okay. And we say return base can walk to CR HDCDR board and I kind of like this from C, from R stuff, so let's do that. This gets deleted. Copy that. Okay. The bystander is willing to push. Huh. So I'm looking at the bystander. Do I want the bystander to push other... Oh, no, that's right. Okay, the bystander is unwilling to push the player, so this should be creature. Okay, cool. So let me make sure I get this logic equivalent put in correctly. So cam move to gets replaced with cam walk to. We say can walk to and you know, sometimes I just want to keep it simple. So I don't want to introduce some bug because I'm a little bit tired and not seeing the logic entirely correct. And I doubt, I seriously doubt, that writing it out in this other way is going to slow things down. So let's do it that way. So let's say if okay. I kind of don't understand why this logic works, which is not the best thing. I know it does work, or it did. To do delete. Just here for rough. That worked. Okay, let's see if it builds. Cool. Now It seems semi-likely that I have a regression. I'll give it a 50% chance that this works, fixes the bug, and doesn't regress. Okay. I see people moving. There we go. Okay. So I fixed that bug. Question is, did I regress? Interesting. So I see death if I move west. That's the prediction that the game engine makes. It seems to imply that this guy is going to walk over the edge. That's what he did. Well, good prediction, game engine. Excellent prediction. Bad behavior. I don't want him to walk over the edge. Okay, so that regressed. These things are fixable. Flinging's still working. That's great. Pushing's still working. I'm going to see what happens if I get in a pushing match with these guys. Nice. Working as expected. It looks like I did pretty well there. There's one weird thing about the brawlers not honoring the woodfall check, but I suspect that won't be hard to fix. I'm going to give myself a feature request while I remember it. If can't move in direction pressed, show an X icon briefly. I guess it would be like that, or this. So, like, say I'm pushing to the right or east, attempting east movement against this guy. A real simple thing I could do is add the X icon. It wouldn't look great from this side. It would kind of look like a little force field or something, but it might get the idea across. I don't know. Some kind of indicator. I could probably tilt the X a little bit so that it's more readable. It doesn't have to be the same X that's used from the player guide. Okay, let's fix the one regression, and that'll fix that bug. bug prefixes in front of some of these. Okay, so let's look at the brawler piece. So this part's confusing because I do have some code here that says only return true if he wouldn't fall, and it seems like that's being ignored. I put this here because if I go in the debugger, it's hard to see the result of this if it's on a line with other things and right before return. Let me wait on this until I've got one of those dudes up on top. Or, no, I can contrive this better actually. Just delete all of them but one. And let's move this guy so he's just ready to drop. Over here is better. Yeah, he'll either move west or south. Either way would be a drop. So I'll see what happens with that. And I can set the breakpoint here. Should get called right away. All right, my friend, are you going to take the leap? Oh, he is, which is great. I reproduced it, but I didn't have the debugger running. Don't do it. You have so much to live for. Dang it. Oh. Huh. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. So that function wasn't called. Also, let me squeeze this in so it's inside of the broadcast area. Because I'm a polite guy. Hey, Z. What's going on? Okay, so this isn't being called. I think it's I'm pretty sure what's happening is this other syntactic sugar that I created can move to. Not that one. Jesus, this is a power horse of a function. So many calls. Bool. There we go. I think this guy is not going to call. No, I'm getting. That's not it. That's not it. Or. Oh, maybe it is. Okay, no. Yeah, this guy is not going to call the virtual cam walk to. It's going to call the sorry, it's not going to call the override. It's going to call the base can walk to. And I could fix that in different ways, but the best way is probably just to get rid of this. Or to rename it. Let me think about it. So this version takes whatever the current piece has, and yeah. Let me double check that my assertion is correct. My assertion is that this will get called, and it will not call the override. It will instead call the dang it. Come on, don't be like that. Why can I not set a breakpoint there? That makes no sense. It's going to call the base method. This is probably a learning moment for me about the C# language. I suppose that's being optimistic that I'm actually going to learn something. Okay, what is this piece? It's a player piece. So I'd like to know which one will it call. No, I'm wrong. It's calling the virtual. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this one is still the player piece. Oh, I got the friggin' predictive one, which is terrible for debugging. Okay, let me turn off the predictive. Okay, try that again. This is the player piece, which I think is fine. I want to see the brawler piece. Still the player. I don't know why. Oh, there might be other things they're checking. Okay, don't worry about that. What? What? Every day, buddy. Every single friggin' day. Yeah, I made progress. I got my spikers to 100%. Sure, these little spiky guys way down here. So put them in the done pile. Now I'm just fixing some bugs. How could that guy not call can walk to? Could be he's using some other kind of obstacle check. But he's using can move to. Let me check. Okay, it's going to be the walk command that gets called. So I might as well just check what that does just to make sure that that's good. Okay, so it's calling can move to. And it doesn't call can walk to. So it used to check when I had all that logic in can move to, but now it's can walk to. If I want to retain the specific behavior of each creature in this function, I have to have can walk to here. Okay. So I know why it doesn't work now. The question is, if I change it to can walk to, will I break something else? I'm getting nervous because this is code that was previously very well tested and stable and had many bug fixes applied to it. I'm making some pretty fundamental changes right now to this code that was old and trusted, but it's like, do you go forwards or do you go backwards? If I go backwards, that way lies cruft and unmaintainability. So I think I gotta go forwards and take my knocks with regressions if they're there. Okay, finally this is getting called. It's going to say, yes, you would fall. And it's going to stop him from walking off the ledge. Yeah, he's still up there. Those guys down below are moving as expected. Okay, it was nice to see this guy drop down. So that means his creature-specific movement behavior is retained. He is allowed to drop down from heights. He's an uncivilized creature. He doesn't worry about it. If I put some roads down, he would not worry about walking over them. Same with the spiker. I think I'm going to use the idea that things that are more human-looking follow rules of society, whereas things that look like beasts, they just don't care. Might be a nice touch to apply that to blocks too. I could say that bystanders don't push blocks if they're just in the way. They go around them. Maybe the brawlers too, because they're humanoid. Whereas the heavies and the spikers, maybe they just push things out of the way like crazy. Okay. I think not only did I fix a bug, I think I improved the maintainability of my code. And I suspect I probably introduced maybe one bug or something like that I haven't found yet, by a pretty large change. But I'm willing to debug it if it comes up, and reap the rewards of a better, more maintainable design. So let's unplay there. That was a pretty good bug to fix. It was, I would call it medium difficulty to fix. There's some other ones here that are going to be harder. I don't think I've got any bugs here that are going to take more than, say, 4 hours to fix. But there's some that'll definitely be like, oh, I really need to concentrate. I really, really need to concentrate and think hard, and real brain breakers. But this was a good one to fix. I'm gonna pick an easy one to do next. I can feel my powers fading a little bit. Didn't get great sleep last night. Got okay sleep. Let me just pick one that's not too hard. Punch sound effect should be positional. That should be pretty easy. It might already be positional. Maybe I've just been hearing it wrong. But I can check it real quick. Just gotta delete this. Don't like having commented out code and laying all over the place. When I need to add it back in, I can put it back in real quick and simple. Let's get rid of all these unneeded privates. There we go. Okay, what's the name of it? Maybe it's push. Yeah. Then I'll just build to find every place that needs more information. Yeah, that looks about right. No. Hold on. Do I have the right thing? I should double check this. Something's looking wrong here. Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is it. This is the one place where it matters. Okay, what I want to hear is a quieter sound of pushing blocks, not a real loud one. I think I'll hear it as soon as these guys knock a block. Here it comes. Dang it, you went south instead of east. There it was. That was the positional audio. It was a quiet punch. Now I'll go down and make a loud one. cool thing about the shadows is they give me cues of where I might be able to fling to. Yeah. Yep, loud. A little quieter. Okay. So that bug is fixed. Thinking about the falling sound though. Right now I've got only playing for the player, but other things are falling for the first time, and it would be nice to hear them make their noises too. Yeah. So here I want to make the same kind of change. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Go to sound effects. Might as well get them both at the same time. I'm just going to scan through. If I see one more easy bug, I'll try to fix it in the session. If I don't see any easy bugs, I'm going to call this the end of it after a little test of that new change I just made. I can fix this one. The spikes one I can fix. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. Oops. So I know it's the west side, where it causes an issue. Whoops, not that one. That looks perfect though. Yeah, now I'm confused. Okay, down here it's a mess. Is there something about this wall over here? That might be it. That was it. There's no bug. There's no bug with the spikes. Spikes are fine. Okay. I'm playing 21. I just drew it ace. So that means I'm looking again inside of here. See if I can find one more little tiny bug, since that one was so nothing. Okay. Axles. Don't allow creatures to push axles. I feel like I might be able to get them to just treat the axles as an obstacle. So if I say get rid of this, that's junk. Brawler piece, bystander piece. Then heavy piece. Okay, then React util, I just got to add this function. Are spoke pieces pushable? Let me check that. I don't think they're properly pushable. In fact, I might want to rename this to be rotatable or rotate. Yeah, this is false. Okay, got it. So let's say would rotate spoke. Even would touch spoke, because you won't necessarily rotate it. I'm not checking for that. I'm checking for would you just touch it. I can even get simpler. Let's get target CRH is going to look for stepping up or down. I don't need that. I don't even need this. From C plus D call from R plus D row from H is spoke face. And let's do this. There. Also, over here, I want to kind of put this towards the end because it's one of the less likely things to happen. So just for the sake of having this most of the time execute a little bit faster, put this at the end. It's the least likely thing to occur out of all of those. There. Okay. I did a whole bunch of code changes without testing all of them, so let me... Oh, okay, cool, whatever. Let me build that. If they all work, that is the end of my session. This could be my victory lap, or it might point out some other problem that I have to go fix. So let's add in an axle, an attractive nuisance, and see if they avoid playing with it. North spoke, south spoke. Alright, I'm cocky, so I'm going to do maximize on play. This could be it. 78% chance of the 2 bugs or 2 changes I made being correct and giving me the end result that I wanted. 76%. Okay. Let's see if the spiker tries to push the axle. Oh, he does. You a little. I mean, it's kind of cool to see him push it, but I know it's going to cause me other troubles if I let the creature start pushing axles. Okay, so that didn't work. Let me test the other thing. Okay. I want to hear the sound of a... Yep, it was way down there. It was really nice because I could barely hear it, but I could still hear it. That one wasn't as good though. That one was, it seemed like it was close by. It might have been from a different person though, so that one was correct. Okay, now I want to know, why is the heavy pushing the axle or the spoke? Wait a minute. I got that debugger set. Ooh, it is set. Oh, wait a minute. The breakpoint's not there. Ah, it's disappearing my breakpoint. Why'd you do that? Oh, I gotta do it up above. Okay, cool. What? What is up with that? Got it. I know what it is. So, the problem is that the first action which initiates the movement or the rotation or attempted rotation is this touch pieces at. That happens before the can walk to. So I need something like can touch piece or there might already be some code inside of the axle itself. Let me check that. Spoke piece. Yeah, I could just do it here. Okay, got it. Let's get rid of this. In fact, I just delete the whole thing. Let the base be called instead, as it was before. nothing's calling this. And go to the spoke piece. Say only the player. Only the player can touch it. There. Game design decision. Got a good feeling that this is going to be the one. This will probably be the end of the session right after this. There we go. There we go. All right. This has been a session. Everything I set out to do is done. I was careful not to bite off more than I could chew because I like to end sessions in victory. But I'm on the path. Progress every day. This day is no exception. Tomorrow will not be either. Alright, Z, thanks for hanging out. Anybody else that's lurking? Good to have you here. Even if you're quiet, it's all good. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream right now.